Good morning there, Murray's Readers and Leaders. This is Author Roy Murry for Books for the Inquisitive Mind. This is my little series on not 1619 history, but history somewhat interpreted by me. Now, in this introduction to the series, I don't know how many weeks, but I'm going to try and keep it down to 15 minutes at the most per thing. As I understand, people don't really care about history. They don't study it in high school or college. In this series, I'm using four books. You can see them down in my description. One is the 1619 Project, a critique. The other is Lies My Teacher Told Me. Very interesting book. I think you'll like it. And the other is An Indigenous People's History of the United States. And the one that I'm using as a basis is American Political and Social History. The authors and how you can get the books are down below. Now, I and many people have been called a racist because they take opposite opinion of what the 1619 Project purports. Now, I've been called a racist for other reasons, but what I want to say to that is I do not think about things I do not think about. That was written by, quote, that I used for a long time, by William Jennings Bryan. I like it. I don't think about racism. So, in other words, I don't think of color. I think of a person, not racism as the 1619 Project and many of the people that are out there screaming Black Lives Matter. I believe that all Black Lives Matter, all lives matter. And I guess as Jesus Christ said, I read it in the Bible a long time ago. I'm not a Christian, but every life matters. So over the next few weeks, I will unravel history from these books. History must be, it starts before 1619. You can't start a history of the American history in 1619 on racism, because 20 slaves were sold in Jamestown. It was the psyche of the world at the time. Racism or slavery has been here a long time. I'm going to dabble into the colonies at the beginning and what they were thinking around the world at that time, and how slavery started and got over here to from Europe and South America, and not South America, but Africa. I'll get into Christopher Columbus. I'll get into Abraham Lincoln. I will do the history of what they don't do. They wipe out a lot of the history. History from 1776 to 1865, when Lincoln got assassinated. Now, you may not agree with me. That's okay. Leave your comments. I want to hear from you. I know that giving the comments is tough on you. You got to work. You got to use your brain. Instead of what some people say to me on Twitter is that I'm a stupid blah, 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 because I disagree with them. I'm a racist too because I disagree with them. Well, you got to understand, like George Orwell, and it's in one of the books that I have given you to read, is 1984, which I did a review on. You can go down, you can find it on the blog in these videos, where he said, whoever controls the present controls the past. So what I feel is that these radicals, and most of them come from college, and tell you the truth, most of the people that wrote the papers in the essays in the Project 1619 are white old men. There seems to be a conflict here between white old men. Some say racism, some don't. Now, I'll look over the next few weeks, as I said, I'll look at the colonies, Christopher Columbus, what he did some nasty things. And it comes out in the lies that your teacher didn't tell. The name of the book's down there. It's Lies My Teacher Told Me. I get into that. I'll get into the project and the criticism of it, the critique of it, and why economically they're wrong, etc. I'll get into the indigenous people's history, and I will get into the political and social history of the time after the first landing in the Americas. Well, that's enough for now. That's my introduction. Next week, it'll be about the colonies and the first landing of people from Europe into the Americas. Now remember, like me, subscribe. See you later, alligator. Have a good day. It's raining here in Florida. This is Author Roy Murray for Books of the Inquisitive Mind. I got 4 for you to look at. And on Wednesday, I've got a romance that I'm reading, and I'm going to review that. Have a nice weekend. See you later, alligator.